Thanks for listening to Middle-Aged and Mediocre. I'm Cash.
I'm Joel.
And we are a podcast about all things strange and unusual, death and UFOs, and other creepy,
Cults,
weird, random
ghosts.
There you go.
Yeah. Not just naming things in the room.
Oh my god.
There's a cult of ghosts. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for listening to Middle-Aged and Mediocre. I am Cash.
I'm the countdown machine, Joel.
That's the countdown machine, Joel.
3, 2, 1. Did it again.
So we got a real good show for you today.
I threw you for a loop.
If you can tell by the intro, we figured out what the best way to spend a Saturday is. This
was the best way?
This was the best way.
Oh, it's all downhill from here.
So we decided, after what happened in America, I put out a tweet the other day that I think, like I said, I could speak for Joel when I said it. Like, we don't want to talk about murder.
Yeah, just kind of take a break.
And, maybe for, good.
We'll see.
I'm kind of just done talking about it. So I had a bit of a plan for the episode today. I had some stuff we were going to, I was going to talk about.
Sure.
And then you show up. You stopped at
Come in like a wrecking ball.
You come in and you
like
have...
a Dollar Tree wrecking ball.
You have a show changer in hand.
I've been wanting to do this for a while because I go to the Dollar Tree a lot and they have a big giant bin of movies. Mm-hmm. And I guess we did do one because Spree was a Dollar Tree movie. Even though I've seen it way before.
Yeah, you'd seen it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you knew.
Yeah.
It was
but this was just something. I just wanted to pick a movie that I didn't think would be great, but I thought it would be fun. How bad it would be.
Right.
And I got us each drinks and some snacks, and I just came in like a Dollar Tree wrecking ball, and I made you delete all your notes.
You stood over me and watched me.
I pressed your finger down.
Yeah.
Delete all the notes.
I didn't quit crying until at least 15 minutes into the movie. Then I started again for different reasons.
Yeah, because of the movie.
So, yeah, you came in, you have this movie, and you're like, hey, I don't give a fuck what you had planned.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing now. We're doing Dollar Tree Day.
I'm Dollar Tree
So,
Joe.
like you said, you had a movie from Dollar Tree, you had some candy.
Oh, it's $1.25, actually, everything.
You have root beer blaze flavored Bang energy drinks.
And I've never even heard of this. You've seen it before.
Well, so when Bangs first came out, they had a root beer flavor that I tried, but I think they tried to redo it, and they failed again. It did kind of get good, though, after the fourth or fifth drink.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
It's not terrible.
For $1.25, I'll take it.
Yeah,
I'll take a lot for $1.25.
I'll put a lot of gross shit in my mouth for $1.25. So...
Yeah, like hot dogs, you talked about that. You tweeted about that. You eat hot dogs plain?
Just plain.
What the fuck?
Just plain. What do you eat on your hot dog?
Ketchup and mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
I mean, I'm not like one of these Sonic people where you can get a hot dog with extra hot dogs on it and stuff.
Like jalapeno poppers.
Yeah, and just
gravy
chili and coleslaw. Yeah, I don't want all that, but I'll take it with ketchup and mustard.
Yeah, it's like a plain old hot dog.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Just swallow it whole.
That's how I eat burgers too. Just plain burgers.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
So.
You're wrong.
As soon as you showed me this movie, the movie's called Evergreen.
Yeah, Everfall.
Everfall. I'm sorry, Everfall. As soon as you showed it to me, we decided, okay, we're going to watch this and review it. I asked you what your rating before the movie, before we even saw it, just based on...
read the back, looked at the pictures.
Do you want to go ahead and read the back for us?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I love to read. A year after an unfortunate accident, Eva has a disappointing tryout at a big figure skating competition. Her coach invites her to compete in a mysterious competition in the small town of Everfall to work on her skills. Eva brings along her boyfriend Daniel, an extreme sports YouTube star, and his cameraman Jordan to document Eva's last chance at resurrecting her skating career. Once in Everfall, though, a series of horrifying events unfold. Did they? Forcing them to face things more terrible than they could imagine, bro.
So, there you go. So that's
it has the three of them standing with their backs to us. And there's antlers with
Yeah, there's deer antlers on the back,
with
all creepy
skating,
looking.
With skates and stuff, but I don't remember Antlers in the movie, and it has Joe Perry as one of the stars. And I was hoping it'd be Aerosmith's Joe Perry, but I don't think it is.
No, this Joe Perry was the YouTube star guy, the boyfriend Daniel.
Yeah, but that could still be Joe. Perry.
Could still be Joe Perry in a lot of makeup.
Yeah.
So
it's Canadian, and they got that Canadian magic
right.
going.
So based on the box art, the plot line, you rated this out of 10. What did you give it?
I gave it a 4.
You gave it a 4.
Solid 4.
So now that we've watched the movie, first thoughts coming out. What you're rating now?
I'd give it a 2.
A 2.
Maybe a 1.5. I mean, it's really bad.
I'm going 1.5.
Like I don't want to get too far ahead, but on the like beginning, middle, end scale, it does not hold up well.
Right. So that's. If you've listened to any of our movie review episodes, you know that Joel looks for 3 things.
It's simple. It's
3
easy.
things in a movie. Only 3. The movie has to have a beginning.
It's got to start.
Have a middle.
Yep.
Things have to happen.
Yeah.
And then it has to have an end.
Boom.
It has to end.
I'm a simple man.
That's all Joel needs to determine this is a movie.
Yep.
So we started out, and about 25 minutes in, I'd say it got the official check mark. Yes, there is a beginning.
There was a beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I think
it may have been a little earlier than 25 minutes in. I didn't check. I mean, I lost track of time watching
honestly,
that.
I felt like I just spent the last 20 years of my life watching that movie.
I don't know what's happening. But, I mean, it's some point towards the beginning. It definitely started.
So, let's
It built up the characters a little bit. There's not a lot of characters in this movie. There's like 3 characters, so it's easy to do.
Plus, there's just also random characters that don't ever have a story told.
Yeah, but that's more like towards the middles.
So, it starts out with, actually... Because I was like, oh, this actually looks like it has a budget. Like, it's just, it's Daniel and Jared, what's the cameraman? Jordan.
Yeah.
It's Daniel and Jordan. They're up, like, on the top of a mountain that's, like, snowing. It looks, it's actually a really good budget.
Yeah.
However, though, and real quick, so we meet Jordan and Daniel, and this is Dollar Tree Day. I tried to kind of match up a lot of the people with their Dollar Tree counterparts.
Daniel was kind of like a Dollar Tree Ryan Reynolds.
Daniel was...
The boyfriend.
No. He is a Dollar Tree Andy Samberg.
Oh, yeah, Andy
Samberg.
Samberg. Yeah,
all day.
Definitely.
Like, just slightly doesn't look like Andy Samberg. I get, like, the whole movie, it was so hard for me not to just picture him saying, like, noise.
And
cool. And then Jordan, we figured out, looks like a Dollar Tree Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, from, like, Third Rock from the Sun.
What's the movie he was, like, with that... He had that same hair... in like a 90s movie.
Oh shit, man.
Pretty big movie in the 90s. Like everyone was in it. Heath Ledger was in it, I think.
Like a high school kind of movie.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know. But it's not them. It's the Canadian version.
Yeah.
And it starts with like him jumping off a mountain and definitely skydiving.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't a drone.
It wasn't a drone.
It definitely wasn't a drone. It was definitely him.
Immediately.
So, yeah, we see that, and then all of a sudden we cut to, we meet the main character. I guess she's one of the main characters. Eva.
Her name definitely gets said the most.
You will hear her name over and over again.
This movie should have been called Eva.
80% of the movie is someone yelling Eva.
Eva!
So it cuts to her. She does her little skating thing.
Well, she's about to, but she's like... Jordan's not there, and apparently it's not the first time that, or not Jordan, but the boyfriend Daniel's not there, and it's not the first time Daniel has let her down.
Right, he's kind of a piece of shit. We learn.
Yeah.
But we're still supposed to care about him. I think
so.
I didn't care about anybody in the movie.
I cared about myself. I was looking out for old number 1. And I'm worried for him.
There wasn't a single character that I had any concerns with or wanted to see live. So
Jordan, maybe. Yeah, he's the best cameraman.
Yeah. So we at some point. So yeah, they kind of set up the whole thing by like the back of the box says she doesn't win. She has a bad performance.
Because he wasn't there to say that he loved her.
Right, which apparently
and then, like, she took a shower with her pants off, but then took another shower. Wait, no. They showed her without her pants on. And then the next scene, they showed her in the shower with her pants off, but her shirt off.
Yeah. Because that's how humans do things.
Yep, one at a time.
We see a gigantic scar on her right leg.
Like, looks pretty fresh. Like, how did you just skate
And then we never mention it again. or really find out.
They really don't.
We kind of see what happens.
Yeah, maybe.
We're supposed to just assume.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to Canadian assume.
Canadian assume it.
Assume the Canadian.
So now the coach is like really creepy, and he's all like, "There's only one way to redeem yourself."
You're
Eva.
going to a town that burned down in 1969.
69.
Young skaters were killed, so show some respect.
Yeah, I don't understand what the plot is, because I don't understand how her going to skate there now in 2020. This movie is 2017.
Yeah.
So how in 2017, why anyone would still give a shit about a fire that happened in 1969?
That's another generation ago. Nobody was like, I remember.
But yeah, so then as he says that, like, be respectful, you're thinking, oh, so maybe they go to this place, they're assholes.
Yeah.
Like Daniel's a YouTube asshole, because that's how he is in the beginning.
People died here, bros.
Yeah, so you're like, oh, he must offend.
I would die more in a week.
So you're like, Daniel must offend everybody with his YouTube speak, and then evil things happen. But no, that has nothing to do with anything.
They have wide in the parking lot, and then they just go in.
They pull in, it's like...
Like true alcoholics, you're like, bust that bottle
It's like
open.
2 PM. They pour themselves glasses of wine or champagne, which I guess is supposed to be like, I'm assuming like a traditional.
Okay, that's ice skating.
That's just ice skating, bro.
You either get it or you don't.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
At the beginning of the movie, by the way, Daniel says he's there. He introduces his cameraman, which is weird.
Yeah.
But then he says, "This is the Netflix to my chill, the ketchup to my mustard," and then he calls him like Camera McMahon face or something.
Yeah.
But if you had to come up with a way to describe me to you, like,
Yeah.
you know, he says he's the Netflix to his chill, the ketchup. How would you say this is the...
Man. Okay. The wake to my bake.
The wake to
I don't
your
know.
bake. I like that. All right. I was wondering, the whole time I've been wondering what you would come up with. I like that you immediately went wake to the bake.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
You wake up.
I do, sadly.
I've seen it lots. I've watched.
Wait, what? So, all right, so now what's going on now in the movie? We're at the arena. By the way, the arena is heavily featured in this movie. Like, somebody financed this movie to promote their arena that they just bought.
This is arena endorsement.
It's on the cover of the DVD.
So, yeah, this is where I thought the middle was decent, because they get there, and it's like, it's kind of creepy, but it's not outright creepy.
Like, everybody sounds like they have an ulterior motive for speaking with them.
They walk really slow and really, like, deliberate.
Deliberate.
The
one guy has on a very creepy turtleneck, which you know is just like, well, that guy's a psychopath.
Hugel,
he looks like a Dollar Tree Rob Hubel.
Yep. Okay.
So in some scenes, he almost looked like a Dollar Tree John Mulaney.
Yeah. I can see that too.
He went back and he might have been 2 different actors. I don't know.
like he was there for a while, then he just disappeared.
We still have no clue.
He gave immediately they split up, because that's what.
Yeah, as soon as all 3 of them walk in, even though one's supposed to be the cameraman following everybody, they all just go their separate ways.
He went on the tour with the Rob Hugel, John Mulaney.
Yeah.
And the girl
went to the dressing room. She's told dressing room number 5.
And Daniel just wanders around like a fucking idiot.
And yeah, what the fuck was Daniel supposed to be doing the whole time?
I don't know, man.
Wouldn't he go with the cameraman?
I don't know.
Or his girlfriend?
That's when I checked middle, and it went a little bit further. Then it kind of started over.
Well, no. Well, hold on.
Am I getting ahead of myself?
So once she's in, they all come in together. Cameraman immediately goes with Rob Hubel.
Yeah.
She goes to dressing room number 5. Daniel stands there with a thumb up his ass for a few minutes, but then starts being like, I gotta find Eva.
Yeah.
So then he goes towards locker room number 5, dressing room number 5.
Gunshot? Yeah, okay, yeah.
Well, they never actually put a gunshot effect in. You hear kind of like a knocking.
Yeah.
But
I think that was supposed to be the gunshot.
But that's supposed to be the gunshot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, then she runs out of the dressing room saying somebody shot themselves.
There was a shooting.
There was a shooting.
It was so fucking weird.
So instead of running in to make sure, to see if they could help this person, they just run away to go. He has a cell phone. But he doesn't even bother trying to use the cell phone this time.
He wants to go find the people in charge
to use their phone.
Yeah.
Not his own phone that he
has.
has.
I'm not gonna waste my minutes on someone who may or may not be shot in Everfall.
So then they all go into this little office together while the Dollar Tree Rob Hubel is trying to get answers in his turtleneck.
Yeah.
And then as soon as
he
they
sends
leave...
the wood chopping guy down to check it out.
Oh, yeah, there's a random firewood...
chopping wood in the parking lot!
There's a firewood cutter / train engineer.
Canadian nigga.
But then as soon as they leave that room, that's when the movie kind of starts again. Because now it's like all creepy and everything's weird and like...
burnt.
They tried to make it look burnt, but it's clearly just like where they just like used some black charcoal
It
or
looked
something.
like a really bad haunted house.
It looked terrible.
It looked like kind of haunted house where like you just put up the same shit every year and it's like just...
Yeah.
It didn't look very good.
So now, for the next hour and a half of this movie, it's basically just people wandering around, and we cannot figure out where they are at in this place. We have no idea where they've... Like, they just keep going to the same locations over and over again, but they're supposed to be different, I think.
And then there's like the axe guy will show up at Axe Jordan, and
Yeah.
did he axe Jordan? We don't know.
At one point, he hits...
Yeah.
He's supposed to hit the boyfriend
Yeah, Daniel.
with the bottom of the axe handle, but since this movie cannot do things like
They
that,
can't move it.
he's slow. All you see is him.
It's like a little love tap. A little boop.
He slowly moves the bottom of the axe handle towards the camera, and then he stops right before he hits the lens,
Yeah.
and then it cuts to the next scene. So that's supposed to be him hitting Daniel, though.
Knocking him out. Then he wakes up and he's somewhere else and he has to walk around some more.
And he walks around some more.
And he would find Eva and then lose Eva.
He
Eva!
spends the whole movie saying Eva. There's a little girl
Looking for her sister.
running around for her sister.
Everyone else disappeared except for like the little girl.
There's the lady that tells her dressing room number 5, who then talks to the cameraman, and she's evil.
But she never really does anything.
But she never actually does anything.
That just goes away. They're like, all right, we're done with her now.
Yeah, so she goes away. There's the old naked woman.
Yeah.
Who we think was burned alive at some point because she's always around when there's fire.
Yeah.
But then she just goes away.
Yeah.
And has no
he has
story.
a vision of like Eva getting burned up in a fire and turned into ash, but then she's back.
Then he
later.
tries to. He thinks if he can put the pile of ashes back.
He's like shooting the ashes all together. He's like, my Eva.
He can do CPR.
Oh my god! Don't watch this movie, is what we're saying.
So we have then we see like her mom. So at some
her mom.
So at some point, her mom tries to call her, and she can't get a hold of her. And then she tries to call Daniel.
And there's a fire.
Yeah.
They just throw out there.
So then she tries to call Daniel, and she can't get a hold of Daniel. So for some reason, her instinct here is to Google the name of the town that she knows Eva's in.
Yeah.
Because I guess that's what you would do.
You Wikipedia it.
So then she learns about the entire history.
It's right there on Wikipedia.
1969, there was a fire. That's the main. That's the main.
A fire from 70 years ago. I gotta get there.
Yeah, so she freaks out because
my daughter.
And she calls a fireman named Mike, who's Dollar Tree Tom Cruise.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, he might be Tom Cruise.
Yeah, he's got the same dad as Tom Cruise. Or it could be Tom Cruise's son. Tom Cruise probably fucked a lot of ladies.
What do you think Tom Cruise is like? He only wants to act. Like, Tom Cruise loves movies. He said in a thing the other day, he put out an interview where he said that he goes and he basically watches every movie that comes out. He sneaks into theaters and watches them. So do you think that also, like, he loves movies so much that he's been doing things like this for a while?
Maybe. Maybe he owed some people in Canada some money.
But when you watch it, you're like, oh, that guy just looks like Tom Cruise. There's no way it is him.
Yeah.
So he can just do this forever.
I didn't see him run, so I don't know.
You're right. But he is an asshole. He yells at everybody in the movie.
Everybody yells every line.
For no reason whatsoever. He's just mad at everyone that exists. And yeah, then we learn there's a wildfire involved in this movie somehow. Which is...
But all the firemen are just there at the station chilling.
Yeah, well... Because, emergency responders don't want to go into emergency situations.
All right.
They might
We're
get hurt.
having fun here.
But, so all of a sudden, a big concern of the mom is that Eva is on the other side of the wildfire.
Yeah.
So...
not in the fire.
We have no idea why that matters, but it's in the movie, and it's apparently a plot point.
And the parents have to come together.
But they don't take a fire truck to head towards the fire. They take a tow truck.
Yep.
So I don't know why that even happens either. I don't know why we established that he's a fireman if they're not going to use the fire truck.
Yeah.
Like, he could have been anybody.
Yeah.
He didn't have to have... Just because you're, like, talking about how she's on the other side of a fire doesn't mean you have to make that character a fireman.
Yeah, he was the chief, too, I think.
He could have been anybody, and it would have been the same...
I think we needed him to be important and be yelling. They did good on both parts.
So here's where we go back to a new... You had originally marked down... No, you still at this time, you'd given it, yes, it has a middle. You checked off it has a middle.
I did check off a middle.
But now all of a sudden we get a second beginning.
Oh, yeah, and I wasn't happy with that.
And I can't remember what, like, all of a sudden it's them on the rooftop? Is that the second beginning?
Yeah, that's it. The second beginning is from the very beginning where he skydives down. He wakes up again. He's like, we got to get to the arena now. And he gets her and tells her that he loves her. And, like, it's just all that bullshit.
They kind of make it seem like you're supposed to think that
it was like a redemption thing.
While he's skydiving, he has like a...
That was all premonition.
A premonition, yeah.
Like it's like a final destination, eh?
There you go.
Eh?
So you think...
Have you heard seen Final Destination, eh?
So he goes back, he gets there on time, tells her he loves her, she has an awesome performance, and everything's great.
Sure.
But nope, that's not happening. He wakes up from that.
And that's when I, like, crossed out my check, and then I crossed out the word middle.
Yeah, so it has... You're saying this movie... Well, it can't be a movie because it doesn't have a middle. Right.
It blew its middle load. Like, it had a middle. It wasn't a good middle, but there was a middle. They arrived somewhere. There was, like, goals and things, and then, like, it blew its middle load.
And so when he wakes up, I think Jordan's back as the cameraman.
All weird and stuff. Yeah, where'd you get that camera?
Yeah, there's a line where Jordan goes to show, because he starts telling Daniel that
it's all you.
It's all in his head because
you got drugged.
Eva drugged him, and this is her revenge.
And what's this got to do with 1969?
Not a thing.
And then they said in 69 the girl shot herself to try to save her partner? Isn't that what they said?
I have no idea. They were telling 17 different stories in this movie.
They were.
And they didn't know how to do any of it. But yeah, like...
What's that guy's name? Fucking John Cusack.
John Cusack is the director.
It's Cusack.
So Jordan's telling Daniel that Eva drugged him. This is all in his head. That this is a revenge.
He's like, nah, brah.
Nah, brah. Not me, brah. She's an extreme girlfriend, brah. So then he's like, here, let me show you on this camera. And that's when Daniel's like, where'd you get that camera? The only thing we've established in this movie is that Jordan is the cameraman. That's the one
he's
thing.
The best cameraman.
That's the one thing this movie has like made clear. But now Daniel doesn't know how the cameraman Jordan has a camera.
How did you get that camera?
So then Jordan's like, she wants you to meet her, man. Like in dressing room 5.
Has that matchbook.
And hands him a matchbook that has some significance that nobody ever explains. So then he goes to dressing room 5. I think, there's no other characters at this point showing up anymore. Everybody's just dropped off. And then she's in the dressing room and she shot herself.
Yeah.
So then he picks her up and he burns them both alive.
Yep.
And then the mom and dad pull up. The building's on fire.
Before that, though, the wood chopper train conductor. The Canadian Nig, what's her last name?
Tig Notaro.
Tig. I keep wanting to say Nig.
Yeah, you shouldn't say that. It's Tig.
I shouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know why you repeated it.
I mean, I won't, but Tig, it was an honest mistake.
Dollar Tree.
Because her last name is so I was getting the N from that into the T from the first part.
Dollar Tree Tig Notaro.
Tig Notaro come in and she put a picture up of Ella. And then Eva, and then the whole place burned down.
Yeah. So then the mom and dad, as they pull up...
And you took it out and you broke that disc.
Oh, I want to. There's a Blu-ray disc and a DVD disc, so I could break one.
You get them both. You can do whatever you want with them.
So, like, the mom and dad pull up. There's no cars in the parking lot, which to a normal human beings would signify no one's here. But they see the building on fire, and somehow they just know Eva's in there and she's burning alive and or she's dead.
Yeah.
And that's how the movie ends. The movie ends with it cuts to the inside of the skating rink.
Yeah.
And Daniel appears as a ghost in some real like Star Wars Episode 2 shit.
Yeah, like
with bad CGI.
Like he what's it called? Where he materializes.
Yeah, materializes.
And then the little girl materializes beside him.
And then out on the rink,
It's
Eva materializes.
Yep.
Skating with Dollar Tree Rob Hubel.
Who we just forgot all about. We're like, what?
So we have no clue who he is.
No.
Or what his purpose of the story is. We have no clue who this little girl is the whole time. We have no clue if the building's actually on fire because why is the train conductor hanging pictures inside a burning building?
Train conductor, the wood conductor.
The wood conductor.
That's my new nickname.
Jordan apparently does not get to come back as a ghost.
Nope.
Fuck him. There's the creepy lady that gives Jordan the matchbooks and proves that he can film the whole thing.
Yeah, she does.
She goes away. We have no clue who she was. We have no clue who the old naked lady was.
Nope.
The coach appears as a figment of Daniel's imagination.
To Daniel, not to Eva. To Daniel.
Daniel. This is giving it a 1.5 is generous.
Yeah, I had to get it out to a half. It only had a beginning.
So
I didn't give it a middle or an end. It also showed how she injured her knee. We think like Daniel jumped from one rooftop to another, which was like 6 inches apart.
Oh God, we forgot about this part. So yeah, so the whole
that was the biggest part of the movie. It built to that.
The whole movie, we're sitting there going.
They talked about the accident.
They better fucking explain this leg
yeah.
thing, this big scar, and they better fucking explain why there's so much like tension.
There's like 3 different times. You're like, is this where she gets the scar? Is this the flashback where it shows how she gets the fucking scar?
So they're on top of these buildings, and it's clearly CGI background.
Oh yeah.
And they're not showing a whole lot because they don't want you to like be able to. They don't want to have to do CGI all of it.
It's pretty tight on them.
Yeah, so it's pretty tight shot on these two. It looks very much like the scene in The Room. Where
I know what you're talking about.
They're up on the roof.
Yeah.
David and them are up on the roof, or Tommy.
It looks like a bad video game.
Yeah,
like from like the PS2 era.
Which the logo of the movie when you start it up, it looks like you're playing like Dead Rising or something. Yeah. So, anyways, they're up on these roofs, and Daniel gets the idea of like a stunt he can do, and Jordan's like, "Man, this isn't like skydiving, brah. This is really dangerous, brah. You don't have a parachute, brah." You know? And he's like, "I don't care, brah. I got this." So then it shows the dangerous, daring stunt that he does is to jump from one roof.
It wasn't even. It was a step. It's barely.
It's
call
not,
it a jump.
You don't have
very
to jump.
Generous.
You're how 6 foot.
I'm 6'2".
You could step. You could easily. You have the length of legs to step over. So yeah, it's not that far. It's like 5 feet.
You could step it.
Yeah.
You're not. I mean, you're like 4'7".
So he gets over there and everybody he celebrates like he just did the most death-defying stunt of all time. So then he tries to get her to do it. And she's freaking out and panicking. She
doesn't want to do it.
And instead of like clearly recognizing she's freaking out and panicking and maybe this is he tries to scare her. He tries to like jump scare her.
Yeah.
He's like, "Boo."
And then he does it, "Don't you love me?"
Yeah. And then he's like, "You do it if you love me, babe."
So then it literally showed her for a good minute, just kind of doing that like Rocky, like,
Joel,
will I jump?
Joel,
will I jump?
A minute would have been great. It lasted for so many minutes.
That might have been half the movie.
It just her rocking back and forth like, do I jump?
Like, yeah, do it.
And the tension builds and builds and builds and builds and builds and builds. And they show us for a split second that they're kind of like 6 stories up.
Yeah. It's
5 maybe.
Yeah.
Like not that high.
Yeah.
So you're like, well, who really gives a shit here? So then after all the tension, she doesn't even attempt to jump like a normal human.
Like she's never taken a step and doesn't understand direction.
She jumps away from the building. And she jumps like she's a superhero that can fly through the air.
I thought she was going to jump and land on her knee on the other side of the building. You know, like
go to jump, like maybe like
hit her waist on it and her knee and scrapes against the building. She did
she like she's belly flopping into a pool.
Like the other building was lava, and she did not want that lava. She did the lava jump off the top of the building.
So we assumed she broke her leg. Like it's still like a good, Yeah,
it would still break some shit. Like how does she not break more than just her knee?
But that was the big that was the big thing in the movie, was that he got her to jump and
Yeah.
ruined her skating.
Yeah.
But so that he never really had to be there to help her. It was just the fact that he fucked up her leg.
She just, and he even said in the movie, like, he just wanted her to get off his back or whatever.
To jump a foot. So that was the movie. Well, we can't call it a movie because
Everfall.
it doesn't have a beginning and middle. You marked out middle and end.
Yeah. I
In your check mark boxes, you put an X on both of those, but beginning it has 2.
yeah.
So 2 beginnings,
Two beginnings.
no middle, and no end.
Like, they wrote a beginning. They're like, well, what if we wrote it like this? They're like, we'll put them both in. They're like, what about the rest of the movie? Like,
They're like, we've already forgot half the shit
it's
we filmed.
Canada. They won't notice. They
This
won't
movie,
notice.
there's no way this movie was not made as a way to launder money. So there's just no way.
And when you wrote in, I put, thank God it ended.
Yeah.
So it ended that way.
So let's go to the IMDb.
Okay.
So you gave it, to begin with,
A 4 before I saw it.
a 4.
Yeah.
And then after seeing it, I think we've settled on 1.5.
1.5, yeah.
I mean,
That's being so generous.
that's being extremely generous, I think. So on IMDb, this movie again is from 2017.
How can I guess how many people have, like, rated it?
Yeah,
Does it show that?
guess how many people have rated this movie.
69. Just because that seems to be the number in the movie.
A little bit, 232.
Wow.
So out of 232,
Now, is that Canadian 232 or is that an American 232? Like, does the metric system come into play?
so out of 232 people, the rating for this movie on IMDb out of 10 is 3.4.
3.4, okay.
So-
I can't get too mad about that because that's still really shitty.
But that means a lot of people thought maybe 4,
Yeah.
and they were like, I'm not gonna quite give it to 4. Where we watched it, and we're like, 4 was fucking. That was like 10 stars.
Yeah. That was like what I was hoping for. I was hoping for a 4.
So
And
the
they shit in
movie,
my mouth.
it has no actors that anyone knows.
Trivia. This is a real movie. No, for real. That's all the trivia is.
There is no trivia.
Can you put trivia out there? She jumps like the other building is lava.
Movie has 2 beginnings. We got some of the reviews here. It seems like a lot of people hated this movie because they're mostly mad because it won an award.
How did it win an award?
And it doesn't say which award it won.
Like their mom gave them a good boy award.
I guess.
The guys came from a 5th grade graduation the other day, and like every kid got a special award. Like seriously, they made up just to kind of roast the kids. It's kind of like they kind of roast, like they called Lily. She got the Leaning Tower of Pisa award. She's like, she's the tallest kid, and she's so scared of falling. Lily's like gets up all slow. Yay!
She's just happy to be there.
Yeah, she's happy to get her name called. That's what happened here. They just got an award because you completed a movie.
Yeah. There's somebody that reviewed it that just said, the few times I enjoyed the movie are so outweighed by my confusion. What video did she jump? Are there twins? Oh my God, what the fuck? Glad this was free.
He got it for free! You got it for free, and it didn't affect your score.
No, it did not. I want to go lower than yours.
You got it for free, plus a drink, plus candy.
Yeah, you lost in this deal.
I lost so big.
And somehow I hated the movie more than you.
It was pretty extreme.
There's a person here, how did this even? I'm not sure why I couldn't turn it off, but I'm positive it was not because it was any good.
You just don't, you have to finish it, or you'll be haunted.
Because, this guy brought up a good point here. They keep bringing up the death spiral.
The fucking death
Throughout the whole movie, they keep talking about, they mentioned multiple times about this move in figure skating called the
she's
death
gonna
spiral.
go for it. She's gonna do it for Daniel.
And then they never... it never has anything to do with the movie.
I think it's what we experience watching it is the death spiral.
The
toilet bowl spiral.
This guy, this was a slow burn. It, by all means, was a ghost story.
By all means. Look, I've had plenty of arguments about it. I mean, you can make that argument, but I don't see how you can be like, by all means, this was a good story.
Wait, so this is clearly somebody that was in the movie. 10 out of 10. This is a very clever, put-together film. It is nice to see a smart horror movie that doesn't beat you over the head with unnecessary gore. Great performances and great direction. This film is definitely worth the watch.
I am not John Cusack.
Do yourself a favor, put away your phone, and pay attention.
Don't be leaving reviews on it. Does it say the name of the person that review? John Cusack 69.
Maggles. They spelled favor OU.
They're fucking Canadian.
So they're European.
Yeah.
So
European,
they also
Canadian Europeans.
So yeah, man. Like
Canadians.
I mean, you threw an audible at us today when you walked in, and
you took it well. You took it like a champ. You took it like a real champ.
So I don't know if I should thank you.
You should.
I don't know if I should just end this podcast
You definitely
forever.
should thank me first.
But I'm not going to.
Okay.
So
afterwards.
Yeah,
we're gonna have a moment.
I do have so in what we were going to do for the episode today, I have just some stuff that I'm still want to kind of go and throw out there at you. Because I found some interesting facts, some factoids. And I've read this one yesterday, and I feel like that you're going to relate to this so much. I immediately thought of you, which I'm sorry. I immediately thought of you, but it's so funny to me. The loneliest creature on Earth is a whale who has been calling out for a mate for over 2 decades.
So you immediately thought of me.
But whose high-pitched voice is so different to other whales that they never respond. That's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
I don't even... I can't even go on after that. I don't...
It says the loneliest whale has been singing to himself for 20 years.
Is his name Joel? Is the whale's name Joel?
I was just like, who's going to really... who's going to identify with that whale?
You kick out this? That lonely bastard Joel.
But how is there just a whale out there for 20 years now? It's just been going around like...
And humans are just tracking it. Yeah. Like this sad fuck.
We could introduce it to some other whales, but nah.
You could probably do a surgery to fix his vocal cords. Like he's more than just a voice, okay?
We don't really care to explore that.
We just want to know how lonely can this fucker get.
But yeah, I really wanted to just go ahead and, let you know that there was...
You thought of me.
I used to feel like that whale, so, I know how it goes.
Good.
So yeah, we don't know. I just wanted to throw that one out there before we went. We don't know what we're going to do with the podcast exactly. Next week we'll have some a few random stories. Maybe just get into some hodgepodge things. Just have some fun.
Have some fun.
Not talk about murder. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm bored with true crime. There's other podcasts out there that do true crime better than us. They can do it. So I just want to talk about weird
dummies.
Talk about weirds. Let's go back to being our true selves.
Yeah.
Talk about nerdy shit. Whatever we're into. Bad movies.
Sad whales.
Sad whales. Bad movies and sad whales.
Yep, that's us.
We'll do that. We'll talk about we'll be back next week. So
next week another season then?
Shit.
Did you change the name?
This was this the first week of the third season then?
I think this is supposed to be the but it's really the first one because we did the surprise timeline where we started with the last one and worked towards the first one.
Maybe the last episode was also the first episode of the third season. It was the first and last episode,
so
which I think would fit
4?
with your theory, right?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
So this is season 4?
Dude, that movie got me so fucked up. Now the sad whale. It's too much. I can't think of anything else.
Should I just start? Should every episode be a new season?
Yep.
We don't go by episodes. We go by seasons. Okay.
And then we'll do collections. So after we do so many seasons,
like the true crime collection, the random news collection.
Yeah.
We could do that actually. Yeah.
Right.
Did we change it? Did you ask if we change the name of the podcast?
Yeah, is that what we do for that?
God, I cannot change. I can't do that again. There's so much work that goes into changing emails.
Okay.
and account names.
So we're still ma'am.
And we got to get a new logo.
We're still ma'am.
We're still ma'am.
Middle-aged and mediocre.
Yeah, but I feel like we got, we lean into the middle-aged and mediocre thing
Sure,
now.
yeah.
So, because that has nothing to do with true crime.
No, that's just us.
That's just,
Our side whale selves.
So we just be us. And we see, this is how we get down to one listener.
Yep.
I said last time.
I'm Dollar Tree Joel.
In season 3, I said.
Yep, season 3.
I said I want to narrow us down to one listener.
What can we put that poor bastard through?
Smarsh, we're looking at you, bud.
How low can you go? How low can you go?
So, you got anything else?
No, dude.
Dollar Tree Joel.
Dollar Tree Joel.
I'll be Sad Whale Cash.
Okay.
I'll be Sad Whale Cash.
Right.
Yeah, Sad Whale Cash and Dollar Tree Joel.
Right.
We'll be back next time.
Maybe, probably.
Maybe. If you show up with another movie next week,
what?
We'll watch it.
You'll
We'll
love
do this
it.
again.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this was our shortest one, I think. I'm gonna at least get us to 40 minutes here. If we just keep talking for a few more seconds. Who's still listening right now?
Yeah.
Beware if you're still listening.
I got
And bye.